down there in Las Vegas, Nevada. Um, Looks like it's the 1 seed Oregon Ducks pull out that 1 seed over USC. USC obviously close behind with the 2 seed, followed by Colorado. Then UCLA up in the top section with Oregon. I think there's a lot of good teams at the top in this conference. Obviously, it's not a super deep conference, so I think it'll be a bit chalky up to the semifinals. But how do you have this bracket playing out?
Yeah, I feel like this bracket is almost like your better defensive teams are on the bottom side and your more high-powered offenses are on the top. You got the top 5 scorers are all on the top except for Stanford's Oscar De Silva. Remy Martin can carry Arizona State far, but he's going to have to be like that Steph Curry with Davidson. He's going to have to make it rain. I think he does beat Washington State, but I do like Oregon moving on. I did like how UCLA played against USC a few days ago, where USC beat them on the last second 3-pointer. Great game if you didn't watch it. If you haven't seen, go watch the replay of that. It was amazing. But I like UCLA beating Oregon State. And then I have actually UCLA beating Oregon. I'm just not a huge Oregon fan this year, which is surprising. They have 2 of the best scorers on their team in the Pac-12, but I just really like this UCLA team. So I got them upsetting Oregon. And I got USC playing Utah, beating Utah. Then I got Stanford beating Cal, and then Colorado moving on. USC against Colorado. USC beats Colorado, and then I have USC winning the Pac-12. I've been huge on USC. Mobley brothers, they're so good at rebounding. Those guys, they're so good around the rim. So if you haven't watched them, tune into the Pac-12, watch those guys, because if they get it going and it leads them into March, they're going to be a threat to watch in March.
Yeah, for sure. I know you've been talking about USC pretty much the whole season, excited about them. So this is the time to show it, is in this tournament and then in March. So we'll see how they fare. But I have been high on Oregon lately. So I think I'm going to have them coming out of the top of my bracket there. I think they beat UCLA in the semifinal to make it to the Pac-12 championship game. And like I said, this is kind of a chalky bracket because there's 4 really good teams in the Pac-12 and then a bunch of, average teams that, yes, they can win on occasion. But as far as the bottom half, Colorado, I think, is a good team. They're inconsistent. So I think that I don't see them doing much more than maybe beating Stanford. Stanford's probably my one dark horse if you're looking for someone to make at least an upset in the tournament. Is Stanford over Colorado. Keep your eye on that game if they're able to get past Cal, which I think they are. I'm really bummed that Arizona isn't in the tournament this year. I like the way their team was set up, but oh well. But USC, I think USC, I'll go with Stanford. But USC taking down Stanford sets up a 1 versus 2 matchup, and I have Oregon winning. I think that they have been pretty outstanding this year, but I think they're able to pull off that championship in the Pac-12 against USC in the finals.
When's that game?
That game is Saturday.
Ooh, man, we're gonna have to go somewhere this weekend and watch some games.
Yeah, I think the only Sunday ones, I know that the SEC and Big Ten are Sunday. And I know Big 12 and Pac-12 are Saturday. I'm not super sure. I think the ACC Saturday too. I think it's just Big Ten and the Pac and the SEC that are Sunday. But yeah, that'll be, if Oregon versus USC ends up being the matchup, that'll be a fun one to watch for sure.
Yes, it would.
And like I said, Stanford's probably my dark horse. I think you said Arizona State might be yours if there's a dark horse to be picked in this tournament.
Yeah, if Remy Martin could get it going. I mean, he's such a great shooter and a scorer, but it's him and nobody else on that team. So
yeah, it's tough.
If it's a dark horse,
it's crazy.
It'll be ASU.
Yeah, they came into the year looking so good, and then they just never put it together. And they've just been playing from behind all year. Their defense struggled. So, maybe they can put something together in March, but you just never know. We'll have to see. this weekend because they don't have a tournament bid. They're going to be fighting for their lives. So we'll see if they have some fight in them. But that's going to do it for the PAC-12 tournament.